Welcome to another Zoom meeting on the topic of meditation, of morality and charity. Everyone is welcome to join us if you would like to discuss or ask these topics. We shall begin with Felicia Chan, first to come in the room. Hi, Felicia.
Yeah, good evening, Ajahn. My meditation is good. I can easily enter into emptiness anytime, anywhere. The mind still and calm. I feel very happy all day long. My daughter not very busy, cannot help me to do English correction, so I cannot report to Ajahn clearly.
No need to report to me, just report to yourself.
Because I want to know, make sure whether I practice is it correct or not.
If you have no dukkha, it's correct. If you have dukkha, then it's still not.
Okay.
Your goal is to get rid of all your dukkha.
Ajahn, may I know, we stop thinking, still the mind. Let's say we use the mind to see the karma. Let's say I like to study karma or not. Let's say like killing, what happened become the killing the karma. My mind automatic get used to study all the things like karma things. Is it correct or not?
It's not important,
It's not
What's
important.
important is whether you can get rid of your defilement or not.
Okay.
So study, look inside your mind, whether you still have greed, you still have hate, you still have delusion, you still think your body is you, belonging to you, and everything that you possess.
Okay.
You have to see them all as being temporary possession. That one day you will have to lose them. But you can live without them. That's the goal, is to be able to live without everything. Just be able to live with nothing. Can you live with nothing?
Okay.
That's what you should be more concerned with.
Okay.
And whatever other subject you want to study. But once you have completely finished your work, then you can study anything you want.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Dhamma teaching.
You're welcome. Next, Gig Yenso from Penang.
Good evening. Feel good to meet Ajahn once per week, through Zoom. Thank you for all the teachings, Ajahn.
Okay, no question.
Yeah, no question.
Okay. Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I would like to ask.
You have to speak louder.
Oh, okay. Yes. Good evening, Ajahn. I would like to ask. Sometimes during meditation, when I start to get some calm, sometimes I can smile by itself while meditating. Is it normal?
Whatever happens is not normal. You should keep focusing on your meditation object and regard everything as interference or distraction.
I see. So if I start to smile by itself, should I stop it or
not just ignore it? Just ignore. Just keep focusing on your meditation object.
Oh, okay. So if it's smile, then just ignore.
Ignore everything that appears when you meditate. Just only focus on your object, meditation object.
Oh, I see. Okay. And another question is, what are the tips to continue practicing for a long period of time? Like, for example, after staying in a monastery for quite some time, and then when the days are difficult or the mood is bad, there are often thoughts to give up or just go home kind of thing. So yeah, how to overcome those difficult times?
you have to have what we call a parachute. When you're in crisis, like if you're on a plane, and if you have to jump off the plane, you should have a parachute to protect you. So when you practice, you can be running into trouble, difficulties, and so on. You have to have something you can rely on so that you can continue. And that is the practice of mindfulness. You just have to recite the mantra Bhutto Bhutto on the 32 parts of the body, or keep chanting or something to stop your mind from being discouraged. Because the discouragement really came from your thinking about all the difficulties, thinking about wanting something nice and good that you don't have now. So it makes you lose your focus, lose your mindfulness. So you have to come back, bring back your mindfulness. You must be able to recite a mantra when you're in a crisis mode. The mind feel better and feel back to normal before you can stop. So it's very important to practice mindfulness until it becomes second nature to you. Whenever you need it, you can keep reciting the mantra or chanting the 32 parts of the body to stop your mind from thinking about things that will make you unhappy, sad, or discouraged. So right now you should try to do this and be able to do it maybe for 1 hour, at least continuously. So that when things go bad, just keep reciting the mantra. Walking, meditation, reciting the mantra, recite the 32 parts of the body, or chant the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha quality, or chant the suttas if you can remember them. Whatever. Keep your mind busy to prevent your mind from thinking, from creating all these bad feelings. They are from your thoughts. They're created by your thoughts. So don't be lazy. You have to be able to do at least 1 hour walking and reciting the mantra and nothing else. So that whenever you feel terrible, you can use this to stop the bad feelings. And when they come back, do the same thing again. Just keep doing it until it doesn't come back. See, you let your mind wandering, thinking about this and about that. You're not focusing, you're not stopping your thoughts. Okay?
Okay, Ajahn. Thank you very much.
Kok Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. Tonight I'd like to ask about the question: how can we be consistent in our practice? Like for example, this morning I'm able to meditate from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. and later part of the morning, another 1.5 hours. But this is not always the case because there are times when I wake up and then I feel very sleepy, and then I go back to sleep and then I wake up late. And there were also times when I'm thinking or when I'm being sucked in by some movie clips in YouTube, and then after that I lose my mindfulness and do not continue my meditation practice. So my question is, how can we be consistent so that we will not be pulled away, whether by laziness or by some video clips that is very enticing?
Well, you have to be resolute. in sticking to your schedule. You have to set up a schedule and try to stick to it. Don't let your feeling override these schedules. Once it's time to get up, get up. Once it's time to meditate, meditate. And you have to constantly be mindful. Because if you're not mindful, your thought can sneak up and then start to misleading you away from your practice, leading you away from your practice. It all comes back to mindfulness, really. Once you can maintain mindfulness, then nothing can disrupt your practice. But as soon as you lose your mindfulness, then things can go bad for your practice.
Yeah, I noticed once I click on, let's say, a video clip, and then after that it will just pull me in, and after that I'll be sucked into watching one video after another. So
before you click, you ask yourself, what are you doing? Yeah, if you're mindful, you'll know what you're about to do. If you're not mindful, then you don't know. You just click. So it means you're not mindful already.
Okay. I will try to practice self-restraint in this aspect.
Yeah. Without mindfulness, you won't be able to do anything because you'll be pulled away easily because you're nothing to hold on to. But if you have mindfulness, then whatever thoughts come up cannot pull you away from your meditation object or your object of mindfulness.
Okay. Yeah, I will be resolute the next time.
Okay. Nanapat from Bangkok, no, from Ubon Ratchathani, northeastern Thailand, to move back home.
นมัสการค่ะท่านอาจารย์ I don't have any question right now ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay. Professor Kenneth from Switzerland. Any question from you, sir?
Hello, Tanajan. Yes, I'd like to ask a question. You often teach us about treating feelings and emotions and things like that, just like the weather, like natural phenomena that are coming and going. And
can you stop it? Can you prevent it and prevent from it happening when it happens?
Yeah, my question is, do we apply the same approach to the thoughts that are coming as well?
Thoughts you have to stop, because thought is the one that keeps creating this emotion in the first place. So you want to reduce as much emotion as possible. Unless it's when you're not mindful, then this thought will create emotion. Then you will then have to deal with it with wisdom or mindfulness. In wisdom, you say, this is like the weather. You just have to learn to live with it, so that you won't create any desire of getting rid or going away from your emotions. Then you would have no dukkha in your mind. Or if you can reestablish mindfulness, you can also use that. Recite a mantra, or do some chanting, or try to have something that you can rely on when you need to keep your mind, pull your mind away from your bad thoughts.
Okay.
Like maybe the 32 parts of the body. Reciting it forward and backward. This will force you to be really concentrating. Have the head, have the body, nail, teeth, skin, flesh, sinew, bones, all the way to the 32nd part, then repeat it backward. Recite it backward. The Buddha said this is how you should contemplate the 32 parts of the body. If you can do this, then you can pretty much pull your mind away from bad thoughts, bad emotion. Whenever you feel bad, just start reciting the 32 parts. But you have to learn it first. You have to practice it first. Not do it when you need it. Because when you need it, when you haven't yet learned it or practice it, you will not be able to do it. But if you can use wisdom, you say everything is anatta, right? The Buddha say. Whether it's the weather or your emotion, your feelings, your thoughts, you just leave it alone and don't react to them. If you can do that, that's wisdom. Don't react to anything, just merely knowing. Then there will be no dukkha arising from your desire to get rid or to hang on to something. So there are different levels. The level of mindfulness, then you have to have something that you can use to regain your mindfulness. But if you're on the level of wisdom, you treat everything like the weather. Okay? So it's gonna rain, let it rain. It'll stop sooner or later. So you get sick, or let it get sick. You'll get well sooner or later. If you don't, then you die. You accept everything. With wisdom, you accept everything. Everything as it is.
Okay.
With wisdom, you need strong equanimity to apply wisdom. Without equanimity, you will not be able to apply wisdom, because your mind will be, your defilement will be quicker, stronger than your equanimity. It will react right away. So I think the first step is to develop mindfulness to the point where at least you can, stop your bad feelings and your bad thoughts when they come up. Okay, it's just clear now.
That's very clear. Ajahn, thank you very much.
Okay, Philip, where's Adeline? She's busy with the kids. You have to unmute your microphone. Unmute. Okay.
Good evening, Ajahn. Yes, she's actually listening in the room with the kids.
Okay.
Because school has started. So before I start with the question, I'd like to let the admin know there are quite a fair bit of people trying to get in to this meeting tonight, but they are unable to get in. So I'm not too sure whether you can see on their part there.
I think maybe the admin try to keep people to a certain amount, because we have to keep the time. So if we have too many people coming in, then we might run out of time, run in. So I think maybe they have to wait outside first, because the queue is long anyway. If they come in, they can still watch it from Facebook Live or YouTube. If they are in the waiting room.
Ajahn, I got a question with regards to meditation posture of lying meditation. It's not that I do that often, but according to the Anguttara Nikaya, lying meditation only can be done in the lion's position, which is lying on your right side of your body, right? Is that the only way to recommended by the Buddha to do lying meditation? Sometimes, because if I sit too long, I need to straighten my spine, to stretch out my leg. Is this the only way that you can do it, or there's the other way, which is lying down like almost like dead like that, which I know is not advisable because you fall asleep quite fast.
Well, lying down in position is usually used when you're about to go to sleep. Then you use that position. But normally, if you can sit, you better sit. It's a better position. Unless you are sick, or you have to lie down. if you can lie on your side, this will be harder for you to fall asleep than lying on your back. So the Buddha recommend the position that will prevent you from going to sleep easily, and that's lying on the right side. Maybe you can lie on your left, but since they only show one example, lying on the right, so everybody think this is the only position. But I think you can use common sense. You can try all these different lying posture and see which one is the best in preventing you from going to sleep. Like sometimes you get sick, but you still want to meditate, right? So when you rely on your back, then you might fall asleep. So same time you can lie on your side instead. This is the position the Buddha taught the monk when they go to sleep. Never lie on their back when they go to sleep.
Okay.
They call the lion posture,
Yes,
like a lion.
On the other thing which I've been wanting to ask is on the social context of things. For example, I mean, recently one of the most experience I had. I mean, I had a sick colleague who asked me, hey, what's going to happen to me? I mean, and to know the truth, I just blurted out. You either get better or you get worse, and I don't think people can take that very well, and on hindsight, maybe I should have just kept quiet, but I think sometimes people want sympathy and just want to hear good things, but I mean, that was the nature of things. I mean, you either get well or you just get worse and die.
Yeah, you have to know the type of medicine you give to people.
Yeah.
You should give bitter medicine or medicine with syrupy medicine, But sometimes people complain that they're sick to me and say, oh, it's all right, you'll get well soon. Sooner or later, you'll get well. Sooner or later, your sickness will disappear. Because everything is anicca. Everything is temporary. It's true, but you don't know whether you're gonna get well or whether your sickness will disappear when you die. When you die, the sickness will disappear also, right?
Yeah.
So you're not lying. You're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to know the person. If they're practitioner, they say, oh, body is anicca. It's gonna have to die sooner or later. But if you don't think the person can accept this strong medicine, you say, oh, sickness is anicca. So.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes when people ask you, what's going to happen to me, I'm sick, it's my karma, or they say, I don't know why I get these diseases, I just blurted out, I say, you either get well or you're going to get worse.
Or you can use the song "Que sera, sera."
Yeah.
Whatever will be, right?
Whatever will be.
Or keep silent if you don't know what to say. Just keep silent. Just tell, I'm sorry, I don't know. Just tell me you don't know. You don't have to prove to everybody that you know everything. You can learn to be stupid or ignorant for a while. It's good maybe sometimes to be ignorant. Don't get yourself in the spot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Karen from San Jose. Are you near the depot, the home depot fire?
I don't even know. I don't watch the news very often or listen to the news. I don't smell smoke, so I don't know. I didn't even know there was one.
Is it far away from your home?
What's it called?
The depot, the home depot fire.
Oh,
Five
Home
alarm fire.
Depot.
Yeah, Home Depot.
Home Depot is a type of store. So I don't know
think,
what.
yeah, it's
Do you know
like,
what city it's in?
they sell furniture, home appliances, and it has San Jose, I think.
Oh,
We didn't even know that. Huh?
well, there's quite a few of them even in San Jose. They sell hardware and appliances, yeah,
Yes.
like tools and things like that.
That's right.
I don't know. I know that there have been a lot of problems with homeless camping at creating large encampments at Home Depots around in the San Francisco Bay Area. So it could be related to that, but I don't know. I don't watch the news. Too much dukkha.
Good, yeah, better not to know. Sometimes better not to know.
Yeah, I really enjoy the visual of the mindfulness umbrella. I like that one. I took that one to heart today, and everything is just really relevant to me today. I wanted to thank Czech. I keep forgetting to email you for sending me the book, and to Jupe and everybody who was involved in sending me the Beyond Birth book. Thank you very much. That was kind of you guys. Appreciate it. I have no questions. I'm just listening today. Thank you.
Okay, Kevin, next Kevin. He's about to fly to Thailand pretty soon, huh? 18, I think. 6 more days.
Fly on the 17th and land on the 18th.
17. Okay.
I'm in which is near Seattle today at my friend's house.
I see.
Yeah, I have no questions. Thank you.
You fly direct to Bangkok? Or
There's no direct.
I mean, but you don't spend the night on your stopover, right? Just switch plane or something like that.
Yeah, just switch planes in Korea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See you pretty soon when you come around.
Yes.
Have to visit your father. Your long Paul.
I never thought about calling him Long.
His father is a monk. He's been 4 years now. 4 years as a monk. He had 1 more year to finish his boot camp, I guess. Boot camp for monks. You need to stay for 5 years.
Yeah.
Any question tonight?
No questions. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Brazil, to Sao Paulo, to Veka, to Alfredo.
Now I have a doctor of teeth. in 10 minutes. my teeth is a problem, a difficult problem on left side.
Okay. Have you gone to see the dentist?
Yes. In 5 minutes. I have a problem that my dentist not to do resolve. It's a difficult problem.
You can look at this anicca, anatta, you know.
Oh yes. Body is.
Fix it if you can. If you cannot fix it, then just learn to live with it.
Yes. A bigger super body.
Use mindfulness. Use Veka. Use your name to live with your toothache.
Yes.
I don't have. If you cannot fix it, then you have to learn to live with it, right?
Yes. I don't have a right eye too.
Oh, I see. Only have one eye, huh?
Yes. Not a problem.
Okay.
Body is good. Body is good. Body is not a problem. Okay. Body help us to live, ne, Bante?
Yeah. The problem is with the mind, right?
Yeah, the problem is the mind.
The mind is always unhappy with this or with that.
Yes. But the difficult of things is good, ne, Bante? help us to fight on life, né, Bante? Difficult is good, né, Bante?
Not fight with life, understand life and live with it.
Oh, yes.
You cannot fight life. Life will always win.
Yes.
You just learn to live with it. Learn the nature of life and then live with it.
Yes.
Life is aging, life is sickness, life is death.
Yes. You like to say a mental life, né, Bante? Is better than physical life, né?
Definitely, because the mind never get old, get sick, or die.
Yes.
But it gets unhappy because of the defilement. So you need the practice of meditation and wisdom to get rid of your defilement. Once there's no defilement, then there's no problem for the mind anymore.
Yes. The knowing is perfect.
Yeah, knowing without any desire.
Yes.
No desire for anything to be anything. Let everything be as it is.
Yes. I like the slogan of Nike. Just do it.
Just do it. Okay.
Just do it. Is our karma, né, Bante?
What? Just do it.
No, the life. The life is our karma, Bante. Just do it.
It's the consequence of your defilement.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Without defilement, then there will be no birth.
Yes.
With defilement, then you have birth. With cravings, craving for sensual pleasure, craving for beings, craving for not being, then this will push your mind to go take birth, take a body.
Yes.
So you have to get rid of these three cravings.
Yes.
Once you have got rid of it, then there will be no birth. This will be your last birth, last life.
Yes. Dhamma is a good desire, a big desire, but
Tanha, cravings.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the problem. It's the tanha.
Yes.
Once you get rid with mindfulness and wisdom, then there will be no problem left in the mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Bante.
So don't have any craving to get rid of your toothache. Just learn to live with it.
Oh, yes.
Fix it if you can. Like go to the dentist and have it fixed. But if it cannot fix it, then you just have to learn to live with it.
Yes.
Only let the body feel the pain, but not the mind.
Yes.
He's
together. The mind and the body are together, but the analyze is separate, Bante.
Yeah, it's like the driver and the car.
Yes.
When something happens to the car, it doesn't happen to the driver, right?
Yes.
Okay. The mind is the driver and the body is the car. Now you have a toothache, it's like having a flat tire. So you fix your flat tire, change the tire, change the tooth or something.
Yes.
Okay, use your big car when you're doing it.
Very smart, Bante.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Next, Judy Jonas. Haven't seen you for a few weeks from Toronto or near Toronto, Canada. You have to unmute your microphone on the bottom left hand. Okay.
Okay. So I don't think I really have a question, but what seems to work for me now is my mantra for myself. Is every time a thought comes up, any thought, I just say, breathe, don't think. The in-breath, when I breathe in, I go, breathe, and then the exhale is don't breath in my mind. Okay. And it seems to work.
Okay, good.
Even thoughts, like even pleasant thoughts, like I was sanding and painting my deck, and that came up, and I'm going, oh, breathe, don't think. But is that a bad thought too? Like what I was doing?
It's better not to have any thought at all.
Any thought at all.
Yeah.
And
except when you need to stop your thought, then you need this mantra, whichever mantra you use.
Yeah, I guess breathe, because it reminds me to breathe and it reminds me not to think.
Yeah, that's good. So, that's good.
Okay, so I do that. And the other thing, I remember last time I spoke to you, we suggested not to use the timer in that. And then I tried it for maybe a couple weeks or a while, and I did about 40 minutes. So then when I set the timer to 1 hour and 20, that's what it's now. I feel like quitting earlier, but I know it's not as long. So then I just say, breathe, don't think. And then I usually get to 1 hour and 20.
That's
but then
good.
I really want to quit then.
Yeah, that's good. And you can extend your time by setting your timer longer.
Oh, even longer than it?
Yeah, why not? 2 hours. If you can do 1.5 hours. Next step is to do a 2 hour.
Because when I just left it, I couldn't do more than 40, 45, 50. And then I just say, well, no matter what I do, I won't go more than 1 hour 20. And there are a couple of times I want to quit, and then I go, breathe, don't think. And I go, you suggest even longer.
Afterwards, after you have accomplished your 120 hour and you master your 1 hour 20 minutes, then you might want to extend it to 1 hour 30 minutes. Just keep pushing the limit. Just keep pushing the limit.
Right. Well, that's where I'm at. It's pleasant, nothing amazing yet, but it's pleasant. So
that's good enough. That's good enough.
Right.
Better than restlessness, better than being restless or agitated, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's great. No, it's good. Like even if I'm a little upset about something, not very much, I'll say, okay, I'll sit down now, and then after 1 hour and 20, it's gone. So
yeah,
it's good like that.
Bring your mind back to normal.
Right now, I know there are no serious problems or anything.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But eventually you want to reach the jhana. But right now, just be happy with what you have, because this is just how continuous your mindfulness is. The more continuous, then the mind can become much more calm, much more still. And you feel much happier also. But don't worry about now. Just do what you can now first.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Okay.
Have
you seen your daughter Debbie lately?
Oh, well, yes. I was in Toronto looking after the children, while she was away. Oh. And now, she's here. And I'm going back to my cottage tomorrow. So no kids, nobody.
Okay.
So that's good.
And your other daughter also? Did you see Naomi also?
So I was here with the family for a month.
I see.
And I'll go back being alone, for a while.
Good. The best place to be is alone. Yes. The best place to be is alone.
Right. But I do like my kayaking and stuff that I do there. I like to do some other things too.
As long as you're mindful doing it, it's okay.
Right. Okay.
All right.
That's great. Thank you.
Good.
Okay. Bye.
You're welcome. Next, Johanna from Indonesia.
Hello, Thanajan. I have one question today about the kilesa. Ajahn, does the mind bring the kilesa from previous lives? Because I found recently that I found my strongest kilesa is the hatred towards things that I don't like or people I don't like. So I guess I'm experiencing the what I read on the book Beyond Birth, that if we learn from our Kruba Ajahn, then he will dig out our kilesa. So I think I'm experiencing it right now. I noticed that all this time it seems like the hatred is underwater and I cannot see it. But recently with mindfulness, I just seem to see the hatred. It just seems to enslaving the thoughts. But with mindfulness, I can stop it before it enrolls until I cannot control it. So, Thanajan, maybe can you give me some wisdom on how to little by little to eradicate it?
Well, your hate arising from your desire for something, and when you don't get that something, then you can hate. You can become angry. So if you can reduce down your desire, your cravings, then you will be less angry or less hateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that it's the hatred of the desire of not being able to dismiss the things that I don't like, the condition or the people that I don't like. It arises from that, the desire of not being able to dismiss that thing.
Because you have expectation from people to be so and so, and if they don't meet your expectation, then you can get mad at them.
Mm-hmm.
So don't have any expectation. Just take them for what they are.
Yeah. Just live with them.
Yeah.
The way they are.
Yeah. You cannot change them. You cannot do anything to them. The only thing you can do is to accept them for what they are.
Okay.
You cannot change what you hate, but you can change your mind, your attitude toward them by accepting them for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they are bad, that's them. It's not you. You don't have to hate them for being bad.
Yeah, sometimes it just gets too tempting. Like just seems to test our patience. So kind of hard sometimes.
It all comes to the fact that you don't have enough equanimity yet. If you have strong equanimity, then you can just you won't react with hate or love or fear or delusion. You just take things as they come, take things as they are.
Mm-hmm.
So practice more meditation, get more equanimity. That's the real way of solving your problem of hatred.
Yeah. So it's the lack of equanimity, right, Thanajan?
That's right. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Thanajan.
Alvin from Kuala Lumpur.
Good evening, Thanajan. I don't have any question.
No question. Okay. Now we come to Vancouver, Canada, with Sweden Czech.
Thanajan.
Hello, Thanajan. Good evening, Thanajan.
Yeah, I like the new analogy, the parachute.
You like every analogy. You like everything.
Parachute, Ajahn.
Parachute.
No, just no. I think Karen likes it.
Umbrella.
Parachute, yeah, that one's a great one. Yeah, Ajahn, we have a snowfall warning. It's like it's almost like what happened to Thailand the other day.
Oh, I see.
We never have snowfall like in April. Yeah. Yeah, weather is changing, Ajahn.
Okay. Just accept it for what it is.
Okay.
It's anicca, so
Anicca.
Then a few days later it disappears. And the heat wave comes in and replaces it.
Yeah. Ajahn, I remember you talk about two types of Dhamma. Like one is like worldly type, and then the other one is
supramundane, mundane and supramundane. Lokuttara and Lokiya Dhamma. Lokiya deals with the three realms of existence. Lokuttara deals with the noble disciples.
So they are different level, or they are totally different?
See, the Lokuttara is the ones that will propel you out of the orbit of the samsara.
So meaning the three characteristics?
Yes, the practice of wisdom with the support of samadhi or meditation or mindfulness. So it will then pull your mind out of the range of the three world of existence, the three realms of existence. But this goes in stages, in four stages: Sotapanna, Sakidakami, and Anakami. And then the fourth one is when you completely detach from the three realms of existence. So if you still practice dana, sila, and meditation, you're still within the Lokiya level. It's only the application of the wisdom that the Buddha had discovered that will then we consider the Lokuttara or supramundane, in which you will lift your mind off the ground, like this, like rocket lifting the astronaut into space. But if you ride on a plane, then you won't go out. You won't leave this earth. You have to come down sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
So if you practice meditation and you have jhana, you'll be lifting off the ground for temporarily. You'll be going to the rupa realm or arupa realm. But when you run out of fuel, when your mindfulness diminishes, then you'll fall back into the human realm of existence. But with the Lokuttara, once you become a Sotapanna, you only come back not more than 7 times. If you move higher, then it's only 1 time to the human realm or the sensual realm of existence. Then you'll be stuck in the rupa or the arupa realm once you reach the 3rd level. And once you reach the 4th level, then you will be completely out of the 3 realms of existence forever. Never return, one-way ticket.
I like the one out of the space. Yeah. Instead, if not, we're just doing the what is it called? The skydiving. You fall down, but the Lokuttara, you're going to the space. You're no longer in the gravity realm. So you're forever.
Yeah, you escape the gravity of the 3 realms of existence. And the gravity are your sensual, your cravings. The three cravings are the force of gravity that keep pulling your mind back into the 3 realms of existence.
Yeah.
So you need the power of the rocket of the wisdom, the 3 characteristics of existence to propel your mind to go out of this, the range of the gravity of the 3 realms of the 3 cravings. If you see everything as an anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you can get rid of your cravings.
Oh, Ajahn, you can come up with like you can come out with so many simile, like just like wow, blow my mind. You always like wow.
Well, this is the way to make things hard to understand, easy to understand.
Yeah, but you do like you do so spontaneously, like.
Yeah, I'm a scientist, I'm an engineer.
Yeah, you're scientific minded too, Ajay. Like you have science very well. Yeah.
Tan Ajahn, in terms of mindfulness, when we cultivate like vitaka, vichara during our daily activities, that is to stop thinking. Is that right?
Yes. If you can recite the mantra, then you cannot think about your account, your business, your family, your friends, anything. If you keep reciting the mantras. But as soon as you stop, then it will then start to think about all sort of things.
Oh, okay. So actually Buddha wants us to cultivate this like vitaka, vichara.
Yes, he wants you to go into jhana.
Yeah. And then once we go into jhana, then we only have the mind element, the knowing element.
Then you have the ubeka. Yeah. And also the internal happiness. That is much better than the physical happiness. Then you can then give up the external or the physical happiness and then rely only on the internal happiness.
Mm.
Then you can go out all day and live your wife, your family, your business, everything.
Be free.
Like the Buddha. He already had this internal happiness when he left the palace. He had developed it in his previous lifetime.
Mm.
But the Buddha only went into jhana once, right, Ajahn?
Yeah, but that's because the only occasion allowed him to enter automatically. But he knows that he can go back anytime he wants.
Mm.
But he needs to be alone.
So just one time he already know that, like he already know that he can make himself happy, like he can do that, like one.
All he has to do is to be alone.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right? When he was alone, left alone, then his mind just went into jhana.
Yeah.
So then he knows if he wants to go back into that stage, he just have to be alone.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Next is Vivo 1819. I'm not sure what's your name. Okay, you can speak now.
I have no question today.
Okay, you just want to listen. Okay, good. Next, I think somebody from Japan, AJP, Noina or something, like Tukta. Okay, what's your name again? Tukta, right?
King Kong from Japan. I'm Thai. I have no question for Thailand.
Okay. How's the earthquake? You still have more earthquake lately? You have any more earthquake?
Can you say the same please? I cannot hear you.
Never mind, it's okay. It's not important. Okay, I'll move on to the next person, which is Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. No questions for now. Thank you.
Okay. Also from Singapore is Belinda.
Hello, Ajahn. No question for now.
Okay. Pai line, Pei line. Are you also from Singapore?
Good evening, Ajahn. No, I'm actually from Malaysia. I'm Pei Pei.
Pei line.
Yes. Ajahn, I need your guidance on this. I'm trying to cultivate mindfulness in my daily activity. So I do daily jogs around the park, and I've tried various ways. One is to recite the mantra Buddho, Buddho, Buddho. The other, and I've experimented where I don't recite the mantra, but I just kind of, because listen to the birds or listen to the car or whatever sound or the smell, but not dwelling on it. either way, after a while, thoughts will seep into my mind. So I'm just wondering, what's the best way for me to try and cultivate mindfulness when one is doing like a slow jog or a slow walk?
Just focus on your walk or your jogging. So focus on the step of your walking or your jogging. Left, right.
Left, right.
Like marching.
Okay. So that would be my mantra, the left, right, left, right,
Yeah.
left, right.
Without the mantra, just keep watching the left foot and the right foot as it keeps moving.
Do I then open my mind to the sounds surrounding?
No, ignore everything. Just only what you need to know. Like when something in front of you, when you walk or jog, you want to make sure that you know what's going on, but don't pay them too much attention. Pay most of your attention on your steps, on your foot, on your feet.
Okay. So just focus on the left, right, and
that's right. All. That's right.
Okay. All right.
Then you will not be able to go think. Okay. Unless you're not focused. When you're not focused, you can sneak away and start thinking without knowing it.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
The mind is very sneaky,
Yes, extremely. I find that it's even with the mantra Buddha, 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 after a while, I start to think about other things as well.
You have to be patient. Okay. When you're starting, this is the normal for the mind to sneak away because your mantra or your mindfulness is not continuous yet. But as your mantra or mindfulness become more continuous, then it's harder for the thought to sneak out, the mind to sneak out and think.
Okay.
Just be patient. Just accept your status right now. You're just like a beginner.
Thank you. Let me try that then. Okay. Thank you.
Next, Ajahn from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Thank you, Dhanajan. Very beautiful teaching. I take the opportunity to thank Czech for sending me your latest book and really enjoying that and really actually reading it. And so that's one thing. And then I use a sweet point that he raised about this Vitaka Vichara, and we don't talk much about that, if I'm not correct. But Ajahn Martin, who's also a student of Lungta Mahabua, he actually talks about Vitaka Vichara in these terms. That means he's saying that means when you are watching Buddha, you are saying Buddha, you are breaking it up, and you are thinking that Buddha is short, this Buddha is long. If your meditation object is your breath, then you say this breath is long, this breath is short, and that is how he's articulated as an example of Vitaka Vichara.
That's right. When you concentrate on your meditation object, you are using Vitaka Vichara.
Yeah, but not only that, he's actually analyzing the breath. That means he's paying attention to see which one is deep, which is short. That means you are engaging yourself in that process. Similarly, for the Buddha, you're breaking it up. You're saying, oh, this Buddha is short and this Buddha is long. So this is actually repeatedly goes into that. That's actually
not actually analyzing, just merely knowing it is for what it is. It's for what it is.
But you are actually paying attention. But my thing is that once you go into, as you say, that in the actual jhana, those things will drop out and you wouldn't even know, right? The meditation actually to drop out and you don't know you forgot your breath, you forgot your meditation words, right?
Eventually you get into emptiness and equanimity and merely knowing. And all the other conditions will disappear.
Thank you. That's
okay.
all.
But this is not something you have to worry about. What you have to worry about is your concentration. That's all. Or focus. And then everything will fall into place by itself, by themselves. You don't have to say, when will this going to happen? When will I get pity? When will I get sukha? If you do this, you won't get it. But if you keep focusing on your breath or your mantra, then this thing will come up. Okay, So don't try to analyze your meditation. Where am I now? Am I with Vitakka? Am I have Vichara? No, you don't do this at all. Ask yourself, am I watching my breath? Am I sticking with my mantra? No, that's what you want to analyze. Okay. All right. Next, Evie from Indonesia.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn. Can Ajahn hear me?
No, not loud enough. You have to speak louder.
Can Ajahn hear me now?
Yes, better.
Ajahn, I want to asking. I think I see the difference between the sati, thinker and knower. The attention sati is our effort. Thinker is always distracting and pulling us. The knower just stand there like the eye just see without comment, like the sun that sits there without a reaction. And thinker and knower are always together. They are like two bamboo sticks that look exactly the same but are actually different. After thinker is silent, then we meet the knower. But it is not easy to meet the knower. After meeting knower, all is feels so simple and easy, but why is so hard to find?
Because you don't have mindfulness to stop your thinking.
And I also found the silence of the thinker is not by force, but by omission. Like no filling fuel in the engine that is running, and the engine turns off automatically because it ran out of fuel. Is this the right way?
No, you have to use mindfulness to stop your thoughts.
Have strong mindfulness so the thinker will
stop
down. Unknowing, like ignorance. Ignore the thinker. Is that right, Ajahn?
No,
Ignore the thinker.
No. Ignorance is just the one that keeps misleading the thinker to go do the wrong thing.
I mean, ignore the thinker is we must attention only in anapanasati, and the thinker is going anywhere. Just ignore.
You think the thinker will stop when you have full mindfulness.
Have full mindfulness with anapanasati.
Yes, right.
But no by force, like don't
no,
think.
You cannot stop the thing. You can use it as a mantra. Don't think, don't think, don't think.
Okay, I will try it tomorrow. Don't think, don't think. Okay, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn.
Who's next now? Let's see. Disaya from Southern Thailand. Naratiban.
Good evening, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Very good.
Okay. I have a question today. Last week, my dad was sick, and he don't want to see the doctor, but I worried about him. So, can you suggest me how to find the middle ground or this solution about this? If I talk to him too much, I think he will get unhappy or get stressed about. I don't want to push him up.
You have to ask yourself, whose body is it? Your body or his body?
His body.
Whose business is it? His business or your business?
Really? But I think it's my responsibility to take care of my parents. Could you please?
If they allow you to do it, then you do it. If they don't allow you, then you don't do it. That's all. You have to get their permission first.
Okay.
You can offer them the service. Let me know what you want me to do for you. Want me to take you to the hospital? You want anything? Just let me know. I'll be ready, willing to take you, do what you want. But if he doesn't want, then it's not your business.
Okay. Okay. Because he told me that if he really sick, he will ask me to take him to the hospital.
Okay, then wait for him to tell you. You are the servant, you're not the master. Sometimes you want to be the master and him the servant. You forget your place. You have to remind yourself that you're his servant, waiting for his order.
And one more question, Tanajan. But I think if he really sick, I think when it's too late when we go to the hospital.
Well, if he's gonna die, it doesn't matter where he is, at home or the hospital. When it's time for the body to give up, it can give up anywhere. Many people die in the hospital anywhere, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So just accept the truth, the final truth that it's death is unavoidable. So that then you don't have to worry too much,
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. I have two questions. My auntie asked me to ask you two questions. First, last year, me and my auntie was shot by the police. He misunderstanding about they thought I and we are the drug dealer, but I and my auntie still safe, but my auntie just worry about this situation because she wants to ask you that if the accident is the past karma or or it just happened in this life. She was asking.
Well, the karma comes from you being born. So if you're not born, then you won't have to meet this consequence. But once you are born, then you are automatically subjected to any type of problem. So if you want to blame the karma, then blame birth for being the problem.
Don't blame the problem. Don't fight the source.
If you don't want to have the same problem, then don't have any rebirth. Next time after you die, don't come back. If you come back, you will come back and face the same problem again.
Okay, I will tell her. And one more question for my auntie. Tomorrow is Songkran Day. In Thai ceremony, we have to go to the temple and pray for all the relatives who was dying. And she worried about COVID-19 and the pandemic. Is it okay if we don't go to the temple? Or
yes, she can do it at home. If she wants to share merit, she can donate money to the temple by bank transfer or something, or have someone bring the money to the temple for her.
Okay, and in Thai, maybe she worried if our relative who passed away, they will waiting for her at the temple. Is it true? Or
no, we don't know whether they are waiting or not. They might not be waiting, and they might be waiting. So just in case you think they are waiting, then you make some merit by giving something, offering, food or clothing or anything, and then you can then share this merit.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
If she cannot go personally to the temple, she can have someone who might do it for her. If not, nowadays you can transfer money to the bank. It's the same thing, because the temple now also need the money to pay for electricity bill, water bill, and other expenses.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Ajahn. That's all for my question.
All right. Naomi, you just came in. Were you just listening?
No, I just came in. I just started listening.
You see your mother? She's on the corner.
Yeah, she's always listening and she's meditating a lot nowadays.
Okay, good.
I have a question. I'm wondering, so I noticed that when I do something for other people or do dana or something, there's still this craving in me that other people should know about it. And I wonder how I should reduce, let go of that, that craving that other people should know about those things.
Because whether people know or not, it doesn't change the consequence of your actions. You still reap the action without people knowing, because your mind feels good by helping other people, by doing services for other people. You already reap the result. But you define and think that you should be recognized, you should be praised. This is not what you want, because this is not something that is good for you. Because if you expect and if you don't get it, then you can become sad. So don't expect anything from anybody when you do something for people. Just expect the good feeling that arises from doing it. That's all you want. Because sometimes you expect and they say, then they forget to say thank you and you get angry at them. So don't expect anything from anybody when you do something for people. You just want them to be better, maybe, or help alleviate some of the suffering. Once you have done that, you feel good already. And this is the real benefit that you get from doing charity or dana. The other thing I just call bonuses, which might happen, which might not happen. So don't expect this thing. But if they come and say thank you, okay, you just say, okay, fine, you're welcome and so forth. But it's not as important as what you get, the good feeling from your charity. Okay.
Yes.
Some people like to do without mentioning their names. Sometimes they donate money and they don't say who they are, so what, they just donate because they have already achieved their purpose is to generate good feeling from letting go of the money that you have. Okay.
Yes, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Is that all for today?
Yes, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Then let me try Facebook. Do we have any questions from Facebook today?
Yes, there are two questions from Facebook, Ajahn.
Okay.
The first question is from Diana. I have been working to free my mind from fear. Is there any meditation that you recommend? Thank you.
Well, when you're fearful, the Buddha said you can chant the Buddha Dhamma Sangha quality to stop your mind from generating fear by thinking about the thing that cause you to have fear. When you cannot think about them because you have to chant the Buddha Dhamma Sangha quality, then the fear will disappear. So, but you can do other things as well. You don't have to chant if you don't want to. You can recite a mantra, any type of mantra. Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, or just Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. If you keep reciting, then the fear will disappear because the fear comes from your mind, not from the objects that you think about. So when you stop thinking about the object, then the fear will disappear.
Next question from Yato. Namaste, Ajahn. Can you explain the difference between Hluang Pu, Ajahn, Somdet, and Kruba? Thank you.
Well, these are like we used to address people like Mr. and Mrs. Depends on the status. Long is usually a word that means venerable or holy. And with Po, the word Po means grandfather, grandpa. So if you have addressing an old monk, you usually call Long Po. But if you address a monk with some what you call, I can't think of it. But monks in Thailand are given titles or like rewards, like reward them with different titles. So you have to address them what their title are. Somdet, Jao Kun, Paku, and so forth. These are the title given to monks. So you have to if you want to address the monk, if you don't know, you can just address in English, Bante, Bante. That's good enough. Okay, is that all the question?
That's all, Ajahn.
Okay, anybody back in the room now? Anybody would like to ask any more questions? You are welcome to.
Willie.
Okay, Willie.
Yes, Ajahn, I would like to ask, while reciting the 32 parts of the body or the sutta during walking meditation, should it be recited in English or in Pali?
It's up to you. If you can recite in English, you can also understand what you're reciting. If you recite in Pali and you don't understand the Pali, then you don't understand. So you'll be like a parrot.
Okay.
The parrot can recite what you ask it to do, but it doesn't understand what it is reciting. So if you want to have wisdom or knowledge, then you should recite in the language that you understand. But if you only want to stop your mind from thinking, then you can use Pali or English. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so either way, I mean, if just stopping the thought, I can just recite in Pali.
Yes, or translation, English translation or Thai translation or Indonesian translation.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Anybody else? Raise your hand and unmute the microphone if you like to ask more questions. Do we have anybody in the waiting room? Do we have anybody in the waiting room?
No.
No more. Everybody's in, but they don't turn on the video.
Okay, screen check.
Okay, screen check.
Ajahn, I have a question on Vedana. Like, on our Vedana, is it like one feeling is coming out from the body? Like, for example, like painful feeling, like, so it will get from the body. And another one is the mind generate.
Yes. The one generated by the mind we call dukkha. It's generated by cravings or desire.
Yeah, dukkha.
But normally you get both when you get sick. You get physical vedana and you also get mental vedana because you don't want to get sick. You want to be well, so you feel bad when you get sick. So the body gets sick. And the mind also gets sick because the mind doesn't want the body to get sick. But you can eliminate the sickness of the mind by accepting that the body is the nature of the body to get sick, and accept it, and then there will be no dukkha in the mind. There's only dukkha in the body, the pain in the body.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to practice. Like when I talked to Alfredo just now, we got toothache. Okay, just only have one, just the physical one, by accepting it and not trying to get rid of it when you cannot. Use ubekha, when you can stop your cravings, your desire to get rid of your physical pain. If you don't, then you need to use the mantra, Bhutto, 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 when you feel bad, when you get sick. Then you won't feel bad. It's only the body that will feel bad. But eventually it will also go away, right? Sooner or later, the sickness will go away.
Yeah.
Either you live or you die. It goes away anyway, right?
Okay, because of the anicca, like.
Yeah, anicca, anatta, you cannot force it. You cannot tell it to go away. It will go away of itself when it's time for it to go away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you, Tanajan.
We can fix the mental dukkha, but the physical dukkha sometimes we cannot. We just have to learn to live it. Like when 2 years ago, when we start having the spread of the COVID-19, we didn't have any vaccine or we didn't have anything, right? So people dying from it. But now we have vaccine, so we can deal better with the infection.
Yeah. So for an arahant, they still have the
physical illness, yes. The Buddha said, "Oh, I'm so tired after walking for so many hours. Can you lay me a piece of cloth for me to lay down for a while?" It's his physical body, not his mind. His mind is not tired.
Yeah, his mind is okay.
Like the driver in the car. See? The car says, "Oh, I got a flat tire." But the driver says, "I still want to drive, But since you cannot go, then I have to stop and change the tire first. Once you have changed the tire, then you can continue on.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tan Ajahn, that lead to my other question. Like for some other people, they like to challenge themselves, like to push, to for their physical dukkha to go further. Like, is that the right way to do, or like we have to have, like?
That's the wrong way that the Buddha taught in the two extremes in dealing with sufferings. You cannot get rid of suffering by causing more physical pain.
Yeah.
It won't go away. Because your suffering, your mental suffering is caused by your cravings, your desire. So you have to get rid of your craving and your desire. So if you want to take a challenge, take the challenge of getting rid of your 3 cravings. This is the right challenge you should take. Everybody should take. From now on, I'm going to stop having any sensual craving. No more sex, no more TV, no more drinks, nothing. I just drink water and eat food just to keep the body going. The rest I won't indulge myself with. Can you do this? This is a challenge. See? That's why you keep the 8 precepts. And the 8 precept is the challenge for you to stop engaging in sensual pleasures. Cannot have sex if you keep the 8 precepts. Cannot have food after midday. Cannot watch any entertainment.
Yeah.
Cannot sleep on a big bed, a comfortable bed. This is the challenge, the right challenge that the Buddha gave us. Not to stand on nails or beating yourself up with sticking some knives through your throat or something. This won't get rid of your suffering, your mental suffering.
Yeah, because there's the pushing the physical suffering, right? Some people.
Yeah. They call self-mortification, right? The 2 extremes. Sensual pleasure on one extreme, and then self-mortification on the other extreme. These 2 methods doesn't work. It's only the middle way of dana, sila, and bhavana. Because it's the one who will get rid of your cravings. And consequently your suffering.
Yeah.
Okay, are you willing to take up this challenge? Maybe at least once a week. Once a week.
Yeah, once a week.
Are you still taking this challenge? Or you already forgot about it?
We're still, yeah.
Yeah, you're still keeping a precept.
Yeah,
on the Buddhist holiday or on your not working day, your day off.
Yeah.
Not working day.
Not working day.
Your day off is the best time to take up this challenge.
Okay, from 1 day to 2 days, and yeah.
and keep increasing until you can do it every day.
Okay. And that leads to another question, like when we got sick and if we have a medication available, we should take it, right?
Well, if you have to fix your body, then you have an exception. Just for if you have to take food before you take this medicine, then you just have to take it. But for monks, we cannot have this exception because then you're trying to find excuses, find exception, even though when you're not sick, really sick.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, Ajahn? Like you cannot, monk cannot?
No exception. You cannot take meal, even for the purpose of taking medicine with your meal, for instance.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wow. But medication is okay for monk.
Yes, but some medication can cause some problem with your stomach because they're acidic. They can.
Oh, okay.
So you have to have some food in the stomach first before you take this medicine. So you have to find a kind of medicine that doesn't require that you have to eat before you take it.
Okay.
No exception. Oh.
But some monks do give it. It depends on how resolute you want to stick with the Dhamma. If you want to stick with the Dhamma, you say, okay, if I cannot fix it, let the body die. It's gonna die anyway, right? Sooner or later.
But
I'm not gonna give up my Dhamma challenge. I want to keep my Dhamma challenge because that's my goal as a monk. The goal is not to protect the body. The goal is to protect the mind from your defilement. So even if you have to sacrifice the body, so be it. The Buddha said, you sacrifice money to protect your body. And you might have to, like when you're sick, you have to spend money to fix your body. But if you have to give up your body, then you would rather give up the body and protect the Dhamma. Because the Dhamma will then protect your mind. The Buddha sort of what you call arrange in order of importance things that we have. Money is the least important. Money, and then your physical body part, like your limb, your eyes, or your organs, for instance. And then the next one is life, the body, the life itself. And next to the life of the body is the Dhamma, which is most precious, according to his disorder or considering the preciousness of things. The Dhamma is the most precious. Next is the life of the body. Next is the organs of the body. And next is the money. So money is the least important part as far as the Buddha is concerned.
Okay. Well, Dhamma is important because it protects our mind.
Yes, it will liberate the mind from suffering with Dhamma. If you give up Dhamma, then you lose everything because eventually the body is gonna die anyway. But if give up everything and just keep the Dhamma, then you're protecting your mind from suffering.
Oh.
Now that story makes sense to me now. Ajahn, the 500 thieves that they rather die than lying about their identity. I think they were robbers, I think. And they had to they didn't tell lies. They admitted that they are robbers, even though they will be executed to
yes, because they know death is imminent anyway for the body, sooner or later. Inevitable, not imminent. But without sila, you can go to hell. If you lie, you can go born in the undesirable realm of existence. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you for stressing the importance of Dhamma to us, Ajahn.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Ajahn, I don't like everything, Ajahn. I just only like the Buddha's teaching and your teaching. In fact, I'm a very picky person when it comes to listening to Dhamma. only only your teaching, Ajahn. Just want to clarify. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
We have a new coming, Joko.
We have newcomer.
Newcomer.
Joko Gumilang from Indonesia. From Bangkok.
Yes. I have a question, Ajahn. Talking about enlightenment or nibbana, how close or how far a Buddhist practitioner to enlightenment? I read from Dhammapada that the enlightenment is so much far for the full, like a long night for a sleepless person. I mean, like, if we have practiced Dhamma for many life in the past life, and in current life we still practice Dhamma, is it mean that we are more close to enlightenment, Ajahn? Thank you.
The more you practice, the closer you are to enlightenment.
Yes.
So if you practice 24 hours a day, then you're closest to enlightenment.
But I just feel that it's so relative to everyone according to their practice. Is it?
No, it's
right?
relative to the time you put into your practice.
Oh, okay.
That's why the Buddha said you should practice from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Yes.
Practice mindfulness.
I also read about a story I forgot, but about a woman who once born as the wife of a dewa in realm, and she reborn in the world, and then she remember about her past life in the heaven, and she vowed to do many good karma to reborn again as the wife of that dewas. And the dewa said that how can human be freed from suffering if their duration of their lifespan is just so short, and they are just wasting their time in their life. And before I haven't explained about the women only left the god, the dewa, for probably one night, and then reborn as manusia in the human world. And then after she fall and do many good karma, she reborn again as the goddess as the wife of the Dewa again. And the Dewa said, how long should we freed from suffering, human especially, if we don't practice Dhamma and just wasting our time in the world? And I just want to relate to how far we are or how close we are to enlightenment. This is Ajahn.
Well, you have to be practicing samadhi, mindfulness, and wisdom. That's when you're close. But if you only keep the precept and do charity work, you're still very far away from enlightenment.
I see. Is it wrong for a human to vow and do many good karma and having purpose to be reborn in heaven, Ajahn?
It's stupid, see, because every time you reborn, you have to suffer. You have to get old, get sick, and die.
But I think there are many Buddhists that just have this purpose.
That's because they don't study the teaching of the Buddha. So they pick the teaching to suit their liking. Like going to a restaurant and pick the type of food they want to eat. And not knowing that the food you cannot eat will give you stomachache.
I see, Ajahn. And
if you study the teaching, then you know that you will have to go to vipassana eventually, as soon as possible.
Yes, but I feel so fortunate to learn and practice Dhamma in current life, because probably in my previous life I didn't born as a Buddhist probably. And I can also learn and listen to your teaching. I think this is also another fortune for me. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, you're welcome. Evie, you raise your hand again.
Ajahn, I want to ask, how the best deal with...
Can you speak louder, please?
Yeah, I want to ask, how the best to deal with the greedy people who want to take advantage and harm us? Do I need to be frank to get him or her to back off just let it be? Because all I have done so far is just let it go, and I deal with it casually be careful with them.
The best way is to use metta and ubeka to deal with people. If you can use metta, use metta. If you cannot use metta, then just use ubeka.
But sometimes I think if I continue this, then the person will continue like that. So what should I do?
Well, you have to prevent them from getting advantage of you.
Because I do business with them, cannot how
You have a choice, you can. It's just whether you want to do it or not, that's all.
Yeah, okay, I will try. And the next question is, I have one family that she is got a cancer, but we all already know, but only this cancer woman she don't know lah, because we have seen many examples of people after being diagnosed with cancer will die in a short time. Some are 2 weeks, some are a month. Does this mean that the mind has been willing to leave the body, or does stress make the disease worse? And what is the continuation of birth like for the one who dies like this? Because in the future, I don't know if I will be like this, Ajahn.
Your future birth depends on your good and bad karma, not how you die. Okay, so just do a lot of good karma, then your future birth will be good birth. If you still have to be reborn.
And if
it's not the way, it's not how you die will determine what kind of birth you will have, your future birth will be like. It's your good and your bad karma. If you only do good karma, you have good rebirth. If you do only bad karma, you do have bad rebirth. Born as animal, or exist in the realm of the hungry ghosts, or in hell.
Yeah. And today I have a dream, Ajahn. My dream is a dog and a cat fighting for a piece of chicken meat. And they end up with fighting fiercely until their body were bleedy and exhausted. And the meat disappear while they fighting. This is dream is taught me not to be like them. See something to be fatal like this. Animal fight for food, human fight for everything. Do Ajahn have additional advice for this my dream, Ajahn?
But the best way is just forget about it. Don't give it any importance. If you don't know how to interpret your dream, then it's just better to leave it alone.
And my opinion is just don't be greedy.
Okay, that's good. That's a good opinion. Greed is not good.
Yeah, don't greedy, don't hate, and don't dilute
Okay.
and fighting aja.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah, Ajahn. Thank
All
you.
right. Would anybody else would like to ask any question? Maybe tonight we can finish a little bit early. Nobody, huh? Okay, Belinda. Belinda.
Ajahn, this phrase keep coming back to my mind. I meant to say, Sabbe Sankara Anicca. That's one of the lines that it's part of chanting that I always hear. Sabbe Sankara.
All formations are temporary. That's what it means. Nothing is permanent.
So like sometimes as I talk to Ajahn, I get Sankara, and then now I feel calm. So it's anicca, changing.
See, sankhara can mean two things: physical sankhara and mental sankhara. Physical, everything that we have in this world are all sankhara. The trees, the body, everything are composite formations of the four elements, or five elements. If the body of human or animal are made up of the five elements. Why another sankhara is your thoughts, the sankhara in the nama khandha. This is also anicca, keeps constantly changing. You think about one thing, then you switch into another thing. So this is also considered to be sankhara. And you should understand the nature and deal with them properly, then you would have no dukkha. If you deal with them improperly, then you get dukkha. If you deal with them with desire, with craving, then you will have dukkha. If you deal with them with upekkha, then you will have no dukkha.
Like you say, the mind is very sneaky or very cunning. Sometimes it fall to like vibhava tanha. It can just go very quickly to that. The mindfulness isn't strong. It's
That's
like,
right. That's why you have to practice a lot of mindfulness. At least now you know that what you need to do. So it's up to you whether you're willing to do it or not. That is to keep on training yourself with mindfulness.
So we're dealing with pain in the body, the four elements. And sometimes, yeah, there are pain that remains in the body, like when there is very heavy bio air, this, and it gets really painful to the heart, physically pain. Nothing, just it comes from meditation, and then it brings up. So that process is can be very tough. A lot of kanti is needed, patience, determination, and going through that process of facing the 4 elements that Ajahn said. So this is very helpful to Ajahn to clarify that there are 2 types of sankhara. One is the level, and sometimes it's triggered from the body sankhara, and then it goes to the mind, and then it triggers memory. It just fire very quickly, and yeah, it takes like very mindful, continuous mindfulness to nip that part.
Okay.
So in the current situation, not in a monastic setting, is you tend to just follow like food and all. So we just accept condition as what, how much pushing and how much
well, with the physical sankhara, you have to accept them because you cannot change them. But with the mental sankhara, you can use mindfulness to stop it from time to time, and then direct it to think in a positive way. Think of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay, this is how you should deal with the 2 sankhara. The physical sankhara, you just have to accept that this is the process. It will get old, get sick, and die sooner or later. But with the mental sankhara, if it keeps you restless and agitated, then you should stop it by using mindfulness. And if you think with avijja, then you should switch it to think with Dhamma instead. Think with anicca, dukkha, anatta. Don't think with the opposite. Seeing things as permanent, as conducive to happiness, as being something that you can control. This is wrong thinking. This is avijja thinking. Avijja sankhara. Okay. So in the dependent origination, you start with avijja, then you have sankhara. Avijja direct sankhara to think of happiness in the sensual organs, sensual objects. So it directs vijnana to go connect with the body. So then you can use the body to go after the sensual objects. But then these sensual objects are impermanent, and the feeling arising from them also is impermanent. Sometimes you have good feelings, sometimes you have bad feelings. And then you have cravings to get rid of the bad feelings and to maintain the good feelings. And when you cannot do that, then you also have suffering again, dukkha again. So if you follow avijja, then this will lead you to more suffering. If you follow Dhamma, then you stop thinking. Using mindfulness, stop thinking, meditate. Go into jhana instead. Instead of going to the body, go into the jhana. You're going on the wrong way. If you direct your mind toward the body, this is dukkha. If you direct your mind to stay away from the body, to go into jhana, then this is the right way. Okay.
Just today is my father's passing, his second year of passing.
Yeah, normally for Buddhists, we will do charity of some sort and then dedicate the merits that we get to the departed ones. Whether they are waiting for it or not, that's not important. But as a gesture of respect and thankfulness, we should do it.
So my family, we wanted to follow the Chinese calendar. So, and I wanted to Dana today, but at the end I didn't do it. So I was thinking I will do it together, the date where the family wanted to commemorate him on the
Yes,
lunar.
the day is important. It's the doing that's important.
So anytime if as and when I do it for him,
And
it's
you can do
important.
it every day if you like.
Every day I
And
do
you
for
can
him
do
too.
it. You can give food to the monk every day and then offer
Yes, and
the
then
merit.
offer.
If you happen to have monks passing by your house, then you give food every day. That's what I go to the village. The village people give food every day. And then once they give food, then they share this merit with the departed.
If Ajahn, if I say I watch, sometimes I turn on Facebook, I saw you do this dana for you, and then that moment when I do sadhu, I say, I rejoice. When I rejoice, can I share that merits to?
No, it's a
the
different
parents?
merit.
It's a different
merit.
So when just the rejoice, I can't
It's
transfer.
for yourself. You have to get merit from giving up your possession, giving up your money. Then you can share that merit to the departed. Now when you rejoice with other people making merit. It's only when you're happy, but you cannot share this happiness with the departed. At least according to the Buddha anyway. He said the only way to share merit with the departed one is by charity. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ajahn. Thank you.
Anybody else? We have about 8 minutes left. Looks like everybody have
Evie.
Evie again.
Yes.
Ajahn, I want to ask again. Even though dying with worry and stress doesn't affect future births.
Not much really. It's just an indication of what type of karma you have accumulated. If you have lots of worry, it means you have a lot of bad karma accumulated. If you die in peace, then it means you have good karma accumulated in your mind. That's all. So it's just an indication as to what your future birth will be. By the way, how you die. You die peacefully or you die tormentingly.
So, does it have anything to do with dying easily if that person has good karma, and die suffering if that person have bad karma? Just
Well, an arahant or the Buddha, they die peacefully. They die without any suffering. That's because they have 100% good karma.
And because having a disease definitely make a person anxious, angry, and stressed, even though that person was a good person before and did a lot of deeds, good deeds.
That's because that's your evaluation thing, but that's not the truth of that person. You only see only part of that person. You don't see the bad part of that person. So you call that person good, but you don't really know, right, whether that person is really good or bad.
Yeah. So
don't worry about this thing. It's not your business to. Your business is to do good karma and avoid doing bad karma, and meditate and purify your mind. This is what you need to worry about more than anything else.
Yeah, I just prepare when someday I got a worse disease.
If you follow this teaching, you'll die in peace.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll die happy. You'll feel happy dying instead of feeling sad, because this is the final release from suffering for you.
Even diagnosed cancer, Ajahn.
Whatever type of death, it doesn't matter. It's just not breathing anyway, right? Whether you die of cancer or die of heart disease, eventually you stop breathing.
Yeah. But very painful, Ajahn. If people with cancer, very painful. They very suffering.
No, if you practice and you learn how to cope with the painful feeling, it will not be painful. It will be painful in the body, but not painful in the mind.
Yeah, must must.
So you should try to do it now before it happens to you, before it's too late. Try to sit and try to live with the painful feeling, with meditation, with mindfulness and wisdom. Then when you die, no matter what type of illness, your mind will not be affected. Your mind will not be hurt by the illness of the body.
So must practice until reach that stage, Ajahn.
That's right. Don't be lazy.
Don't be
Okay.
lazy. Yeah. Okay, Ajahn.
All right.
Yeah, Ajahn.
Well, anybody else? I think that's almost the time we have for tonight. Okay. Oh, Belinda again, huh? Okay.
Ajahn, one very quick clarification about Sankara. I have learned from a Bante before. It was a sutta studies, and then at the end, the conclusion is that Sankara must have an element of volition. Will Ajahn explain on that? It has to come with a volition, intention.
Well, you have to intend before you can think, right? No, I think I'm not sure. Intention is more with the karma that you do. If you kill without intention, then this is not considered to be bad karma. You're not breaking the precept. When you drive and a dog came right across the street and you hit the dog, and the dog died, this is not considered to be breaking the first precept because it's an accident, no volition. Only you have the intent to kill and actually kill, then this will be considered breaking the precept.
So the volition is only in relation to karma. It has nothing to do with Sankara.
Well, Sankara is thinking, it's thinking. And maybe thinking with volition. Maybe volition is also a form of thinking, I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, you know. You don't need to know all this thing. All you need to know is how to stop the Sankara.
Yeah.
Okay, don't waste your time on things that you don't need to know. Spend your time on the things that you need to know and do.
Yeah. So, I always people say it's the person Sankara when the person get angry or when in a retreat. They say, oh, it's the Sankara. So I really don't know what Sankara. I know it's some habit. The habit that we have. Is it, Ajahn? Can we say it's a habit that is engraved, deeply engraved?
Yeah, it's all your defilements. It's come from your defilement.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, looks like that's almost the time we have for tonight. Thank you all for joining this meeting. I hope that you can benefit from this meeting and use it to advance you in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you again next week at the same time. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Prajan. Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you,
admin.
Thank you,
Thank you, Tajan.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank you,
good
everyone.
day, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.